What's up, everybody? We are back for week 12. Uh, week 12 of AGBOLC at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. So, week 12 for me was the 4th of September through the 10th of September. It was a super kind of laid back week. What would normally be your last full week here. For my class, we still have a whole nother week to go, so all of next week, and then we graduate the following Tuesday. So again, that's kind of because we had so many 4-day weekends in there, including like Father's Day, Juneteenth, 4th of July, and Labor Day. So they added an extra week. So I'm going to cover what we did in week 12. So let's jump into it. Obviously, Sunday we were off. Monday we were also off due to the Labor Day holiday. So we had a 4-day week. It was nice and short. Felt like it took forever because we weren't really doing much. So Tuesday, we reported to the classroom in the morning and we did our culminating training exercise, AAR. So we basically went over the sustains and improves and what was supposed to happen, what did happen for our culminating training exercise, which I talked about last week. So I could give you what we talked about, but at the end of the day, it's really not going to be... Actually, you know what? I'll go into kind of what we talked about because it is going to impact you a little bit. Obviously, like I mentioned last week, we are the last group that was doing Task Force Grey Wolf in Atropia. So the classes that are going through after us, so Class 9, Class 10, and any future class, they're going to be under a different operation. So I won't get into that side of it. However, we did try to improve like the continuity between instructors out there, so hopefully that improves for you guys, where our instructors were kind of on different pages and not necessarily in a bad way, just some of the information that was given to us was a little bit conflicting, so we addressed that. As I mentioned last week, the commandant came out and sat in for one of our briefs. That was kind of a mess because I don't really think that he was prepared for our brief. What I mean by that is I don't think he was briefed ahead of time as to the information that we were about to present him and what information was readily available to us, including the work products. So hopefully that gets improved. Hopefully whenever you guys are here and the commandant comes out to listen to your briefs, everybody's kind of on the same page and knows what's going on. We also talked about the work products that are presented to us by TDD, or Training and Development Department, I believe. So that was a big thing, a big issue for the commandant. He didn't like the way that the slides were put together, which was a work product provided to us. So hopefully they changed that as well. Piece of information that was provided to us during the AAR. I mentioned last week that we did a road march, like 2.25 miles out to the warrior training area. So the current commandant is really wanting to make this more of like a, I'm not going to say like high speed, low drag course, but we were informed that future classes will be doing a 6-mile ruck out to the WTA for the CTE. So be prepared for that. Again, that was just kind of a verbal piece of free chicken we were given. I don't know if it's going to be for everybody, but I can tell you that like currently Captain's Career Course, the only ruck that they do during their course is out to CTE. So he didn't feel that the 2.5 miles was an adequate ask. Whereas BOLC, we obviously do the 6, the 9, and the 12-mile ruck already. So be prepared to do a second 6-mile ruck. I don't know if it'll necessarily be applicable to BOLC classes, but the information that we were given was that it will be. So be prepared for that. Really, that's all we had for the CTE AAR. After that, we had our last Project Athena assessment, which was our Leader 180 assessment. Basically, you have to do an overall assessment on yourself, and you have to send it to, I believe, 5 other people in your class. And they kind of rank you on your leadership abilities, and then they give you some sustains and some improves. These are not the peer evals, but you are able to see the results on these. They're quasi-anonymous, and what I mean by that is you're able to see the overall ranking of where they rated you on certain items, and then you're able to see the comments for the sustains and the improves. You are not able to see who gave those comments. So they are anonymous in the sense that you don't know who gave it, but you do get to see them. After that, we were released to go work on our actual peer evals, where you are ranking everybody in your class numerically. So we have 35 people in our class, so you're ranking, including yourself, you're ranking everybody in the class from 1 to 35 on certain leadership traits. And then you're given the opportunity to give like actual constructive criticism on them, if you will. And then the last question on there is, would you go to war with this person? So it's simply yes or no. That could change when you come through here, but so far it's been pretty consistent over the last few classes. And it's 8% of your grade, so yeah, don't come here and piss everybody off and think that it's not going to matter, because it does. Peer evals. So that's what we did in the afternoon on Tuesday. On Wednesday in the morning, we met in the classroom, and we were scheduled to do the roll of the S1, which I mean has pretty much been covered extensively over the last 12 weeks. So instead, what we did, we had submitted a list of questions to our instructor that things that would be nice to know, but most people don't know. Either A, as a new officer, B, as a brand new S1, or just general career advice, basically to prevent yourself from committing career suicide. So I think that was good. And then after that, we were released to go work on our peer evals, to finish those up. They were due on Thursday, so they do take some time. They're not, it doesn't take forever, but they do take some time, especially if you give it some thought, because people will get the feedback from them. Those will be anonymous as well. They won't be able to see, because I'm pretty sure they're anonymous, that's what we're told. They won't be able to see who gave the comments, but they will be able to see the comments. So if somebody really needs to improve on something, put it in there. That way, I mean, most people are pretty well aware of their weaknesses and what areas they need to improve in. But some people haven't managed to turn off that ego switch, so they think that they're like the greatest thing since sliced bread. So be mindful of that when you're doing your peer evals. People will see the comments, so yeah. Thursday morning, we had to go over to CIF to do a gear turn-in for everybody that got issued TA50 when we got here. That's kind of just a hurry up and wait game. If you've ever done a CIF draw or CIF turn in, same thing. They're going to go over your clothing record with you, clear out anything that you turn it in. Make sure that if you turn it in, it is cleared out so that you don't get charged for it later on down the road. If they don't ask for it, don't give it to them. That's my piece of advice, because you never know when you're going to get something that's going to break and you're going to need an extra. And if you gave up something you didn't have to give up, then you're not going to be able to replace it, and you're going to have to go spend more money. So that's my piece of advice. That was the morning. Didn't take all morning. I think we were done at like 10 something, maybe 11. We went to lunch. Then after lunch, we had a couple of, if you want to call them classes. Chief Hickman, Warrant Officer 5, came in. He is the Chief Warrant Officer over the AG branch. Kind of came in and gave us a rundown on the role of the warrant officer as it pertains to the S1 and kind of overall throughout the Army. So if you don't get a chance to work with warrant officers that often, it's a good course. Pay attention, because I mean he's got some good advice. So yeah, warrant officers. Then we had another class similar to that from Command Sergeant Major, who kind of came in and gave, that was intended to be like the role of the Command Sergeant Major, I think, as it pertains to individual units, which I'm not going to say was a complete miss. It was really more of like story time with Command Sergeant Major. So yeah, not knocking it, but I think it could have been a little bit more informative. We also did, or partially did, our end of course AAR on Thursday afternoon. So just kind of picking up where we left off from the mid course. We touched a little bit on CAD week, or CAD weeks rather, which we had a CAD AAR, so I'm not real sure why we did that. That was it for Thursday. Friday, the only real tasking was anybody that got issued a light fighter tent while they were out here. They had to go turn that back into the warrior training area, the mayor's cell. And then the only other tasking that we had was complete our flight packets. So a nice trifold folder, if you're not familiar with what a flight packet is. That had all of our assignments, all of our briefs, all of our initial mid-course counselings, and then all of like the Project Athena assessments that I've been talking about, including the Leader 180, were printed off and put inside this packet. Those will get reviewed by the commandant prior to graduation, and then they get given back to us to hand carry out of here. I think I forgot to mention, it's also got your ACFT scorecard in there. So it should have like your PME completion document, and for the life of me I can't remember which DA form that is, but basically showing that you completed this course. So don't lose a flight packet, and don't throw away your assignments. Keep them. As soon as you get them, look at them, smile, cry, whatever you want to do. 2-hole punch it, put it in the folder. Yeah, so that was really our week in a nutshell. It wasn't anything too crazy, too elaborate, nothing strenuous. We're back to doing individual PT. I can't speak for everybody. I still work out every day, so it's really up to you when you do it. You don't have to be to class until generally later. So I get up early in the morning, go down to the gym, work out, grab some breakfast, and then go to class. So yeah, you don't have to work out, I guess, but if you fail an ACFT, that's on you, I suppose. What else for week 12? Personally, I started packing everything up. Um, I wasn't issued any TA50 when I got here, so as soon as we finished CTE, I cleaned my gear and packed all that stuff away. So my TA50 was done. Like, it's packed, it's in my ruck, it's ready to go. Um, I kind of started packing up everything else this weekend. So Saturday of week 12, so yesterday, I kind of started packing up a lot of the stuff that I knew I wasn't going to be using. I kind of minimized my OCP footprint. I've got it down to 2, and then packed up all like my cold weather gear that I know I'm not going to be using. Kept my rain gear out just in case, and then I think I have enough like civilian clothes to get me through this next week. So yeah, started kind of packing up some odds and ends around my room. That's really it for my week. Just kind of hung out and yeah. So like I said, we have one more week here, so it'll be week 13 for us. It'll be a full week, and then we have 2 days, Monday and Tuesday. I guess Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, into week 14. I'm gonna come back and give you guys a week 13 video. I'll also give you a week 14 video just to kind of cover graduation. However, my week 13 video is going to get done early on Saturday because Saturday afternoon my family's flying in, my wife and my kids. So I'm not going to try and make a video with a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old running around in the background. Who knows? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll get their input on their experience with AGBOLC. So yeah, that's really it for week 12. I appreciate you guys watching and sticking with me throughout this entire process. Hopefully it's been pretty informative. I know there's a lot of changes from some of the other videos, including I think there's a video series that was done right before I got here, and some things have changed since then too. So as of right now, this is current. Like, this is what you'll be doing when you're here. So if you're coming here in the next few months, the next year, some of the changes that I've mentioned are going to be getting implemented as the new commandant gets his feet set and starts getting his teeth into things. So like I said, if you guys have questions, comments, concerns, drop them below. If you want to like and subscribe, cool, do it. I'm going to try and do some videos once we're out of here. I'm going to a troop command to take over as the executive officer. I've already done 13 months as a battalion S1. So if you have questions about that, reach out, let me know. And yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on kind of how things are going. And then I'm definitely going to do some videos on the National Guard side of things for Captain's Career Course when I get to that point. I said that it shouldn't be too terribly long. I was delayed in coming to BOLC, so I should be pinning. I was actually due, I might hit my 18 months to pin First Lieutenant back in February. So as soon as I leave here, I should be pinning, and then it should be a pretty quick turnaround for getting career course squared away. So let me know if y'all have any questions. Like, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you back here for week 13, and then we'll finish it up with a few days of week 14 and graduation. All right, guys. We'll see you later.